So you were born in India, but you came to America when you were in college. What was it like coming to a completely new country? There must have been some apprehension.
You know, not much really. And I think a lot of it is because I'm very naive. I just go, I just follow my heart. I'm Rama Devgupta. I hold a PhD in bioorganic chemistry from Texas A&M University. I teach biology, forensics at Southridge High School in Kennewick, Eastern Washington. And I also teach chemistry as a adjunct chemistry instructor in Columbia Basin College in Pasco. After the 2016 elections, where the elections were very hyper-polarized, and my son said to me, and my son is slightly dark-skinned than me, he said, if I see a cop, I don't make eye contact. I just look straight and I just keep walking. And I said to myself, I never knew. And my daughter once said, you know, Mom, in our K-12 years, we only had one Black teacher, one African-American teacher, and all other teachers were white. And I'm honestly very sad to say, I did not recognize that otherness that they felt. I realized that for children to feel successful, they have to have a sense of belonging. And how do you get that sense of belonging? When you see that people in power are somebody you can relate to. A school board director is elected for 4 years. And I felt that as an educator and as a stakeholder who's paying taxes, that I owed it to my community to step forward. And so that's how I decided to run for office. Research shows that when there is a job description, a job you need to apply for, a man will look at the description and he says, oh, I can do 60% of this and I'm well qualified, and he'll apply. A woman will look and say, I'm only 90% qualified. I'm not 100% qualified, so I shouldn't even bother to apply. I said to myself, you know, have confidence in yourself, you can do this. And so I filed for candidacy, but the apprehension was, how will it work out? Elections cost money. Campaigns cost money. In my tiny little Richland, I'm not a party person. I don't go to any church where church is very powerful on Sundays. That's where you make all your connections. I have my small little meditation practice. I mind my own business. I volunteer a lot for the community, but no headlines, no sensationalism. No idea how anything would happen, but I knew I had to do this. The only question was, where's the money coming from? So, I said to myself, you know, Rama, you have a meditation practice. What do you tell people? Meditation is regulation of the mind. Turn your mind from this thought to that thought. So instead of thinking that I don't have money, I do have a paycheck every month. So I'm going to imagine that I did not get paid for 2 months. And that's the money for the campaign. And Interestingly, there were 3 candidates. In one of the platforms, I said, you cannot go wrong, whoever you choose, because we are 3 women on this platform and we are mothers, so you can't go wrong. So the whole process was opening up my heart more and more. It was not really like I need to win. It is like, I am so glad we are all doing this together because we care for our community. And the miraculous thing that happened, I just felt these 2 ladies become a part of me. And I found myself praying for them. And I found myself saying, whatever happens, may we all accept everything with love, kindness, and grace. In the general elections, the incumbent got 56% of the vote. I was happy that a person who had no popular presence in the world, as in like being a socialite or anything, could still work at the grassroots level. All I had was my daughter, her friend as a designer, and just working every night, putting campaign signs, and just saying, I'm doing this for my children, I'm doing this for my children, I'm doing this for my children. So what I feel is that politics, I don't care what the dictionary meaning is. Politics is something that has gotten a terrible name, but it doesn't have to be like that. It is public service. And without that experience, I would not have had an expansion of consciousness. What do I mean by expansion of consciousness? So I'll go back to the time when I was a young mother. I have 2 children, and they're 18 months apart. So this is the last stages of pregnancy. I'm going into labor almost. And I call my father and I start crying. And he says, what's wrong with you? And I'm crying. I'm saying, this is a big mistake. How will I love a second child? How can I take care of 2 children? Maybe I should have never thought about a second child, and I'm crying. And he said, you're being so silly. You have a brother. Did you feel like we didn't take good care of you? We took care of both of you. You will figure out how to take care of 2 children. And of course he was right. And when my daughter was born and I held her, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm capable of loving 2 kids. And that was just like a miracle. And when I became a school volunteer, I'm like, oh, I care about all these 20 children in the classroom. But the most amazing thing happened when I became an educator. I found myself worrying at night, sleepless nights, thinking about this student, that student. How am I going to change my lessons so it resonates with them? I wonder what's happening. Should I go do a home visit, but feeling afraid I don't know what will happen if I knock at the door, and things like that. Talking to my principal, talking to kids with problems. And I realized, oh my gosh, I'm capable of loving 150 children. This is amazing. I did not know I had that capacity. And while running for public office, being on those forums, looking at people and thinking, these are my people from my community. They all have children just like mine. We may disagree, but at the bottom, all of us want our children to be happy. So we're all united and we're all one. And this expansion of consciousness is the gift, my personal gift for running for public office.